morning. This is Tom Clements with King Air Academy. I'll talk to you about what we're going to check when we open up the cowling. Now this is an F90, a straight F90, not a -1, that has the old original chin type cowl, not the pitot cowl. And these cowls are open as you're about to see, but what I'm showing you will be quite a bit different on the pitot cowl airplanes. So we begin by undoing the latches, and sometimes it takes a little push to get that started up. Try to keep it in the track so we don't scrape the paint to come up, and you can also bend it out a little bit as you open. Now if it's a windy day, these are designed to engage into holes on the side of that upper cowl to keep it from blowing back down on you. But most of the time the wind is such that it will hold itself in that position. So when I open the cowl, in addition just to general cleanliness and no bird's nest in there, etc., but there are three things that we are going to check each time. One, this is the ring we pull to drain the firewall fuel filter to check for contamination there. I won't do it at this time. Don't have my grubby clothes on to actually catch and check that fuel, but I will make the comment that it takes a lot of pull for this. This is not a one finger operation. It's a couple of hand there to get that far enough to do the draining. The second thing I'm going to look for is here on the beta cam box to make sure that it has free return. The spring you're seeing here is pulling that arm back, and that's basically the only thing that is permitting the linkage to follow your power lever motion back is that spring. So there should be no binding, nothing rubbing against this rod that connects the beta cam box to the fuel control unit, and nice freedom of return with that spring. Oftentimes there's pretty good grease, good lubrication on this area. And the last thing when we open the cowling is to check engine oil. Now, as most of you know, the ideal time to check oil levels is within 10 minutes of shutdown. Most accurate. The scavenge pumps have just returned the oil to the tank. There's been no time for the oil to leak out of the tank. But on the other hand, checking it cold is what most of us want to do because we don't burn our fingers. At the end of the flight, we want to put the airplane away and go off to something else. So to check the oil, I'm 5'9", and I can reach across the top and get it, but it is kind of a stretch, and also it's a little hard to see what I'm doing. So it's basically for the shorter guys, better to walk around now to the other side to check the oil. So I'm going to be doing that. And I've got a little step stool here so I can get up even higher and make it easier for you to see. So the dipstick is at the 11 o'clock position here on the accessory case, and much like a fuel cap, it has a piece that comes up to release it, and there is the dipstick. Now we go back down with it to secure properly. I've got to turn that tab as far as it goes clockwise, about 45 degrees, and then snap it down. I want to hear that nice distinct snap. Make sure it's nice and tight. You definitely will blow oil out and have an oil pressure loss if we take off with the dipstick loose or missing. Now, as you can see, the oil is almost as clear as water. The amazing thing is it stays that way for hundreds and hundreds of hours. That oil does not get contaminated. So now then, I'm taking it out to take a look to see where I'm at, and this airplane looks like we're right about the 3 quart down mark. The dipstick goes from a hot max cold reading down to a reading of 5 quarts low, and any reading on the dipstick is enough. You can be 6 quarts low to have plenty in there to do all the lubrication. The common problem for newcomers is to overfill the oil tank and blow a lot of oil out unnecessarily through the breather. So running 2, 3, 4 quarts even low. Just find how your engine likes to run before the consumption stabilizes, before it sits where it is. And once you find that magic spot, boy, it'll never go down. I mean, you can fly hundreds of hours and you won't be adding a quart of oil. If you're adding a lot of quart of oil very often, you're just overfilling the tank and it's blowing out. That dipstick will go into the receptacle 2 ways, with the tab facing forward or aft. It makes no difference. There's not enough airflow around here to worry about blowing that tab open, but 99% of us, based on our habit with fuel caps, always make sure the cap is lying aft in the wing. We'll do the same thing here. Make sure that the cap is aft when we snap it down. So that's what we look for when we open the cowling, in addition to just general condition. This has been Tom Clements with King Air Academy.